Okay, so it seems like we have another update to the whole denim situation. Now, this one is quite funny. If you guys haven't been here, then if you don't know, essentially this clip has been absolutely trending over on Twitter for the past week or so, and essentially it's of denims going through a chatter's following kind of logs and who they've been following, right, and making fun of them for watching VTubers and saying that, oh, a lot of them were Gooner, a lot of them were Nazis, a lot of them were right-wing or whatever. And again, it's pretty crazy whenever you got a lot of different VTubers in there who were featured, including people like Chibidoki, Iron Mouse, Vidal, everything like that, Onigiri, people who have no kind of affiliation with any kind of politics whatsoever, and she's still in there calling them Nazis and calling them, obviously Gooner and things like that, even whenever they're not even Gooner, which I think is pretty crazy. And there's been a lot of responses that have been coming out from this, including obviously Kyosha saying we're reaching levels of retardation previously thought impossible. Why am I known as the Nazi rap VTuber? What is happening? So again, a lot of responses to this. And obviously then Denims actually responded to this entire situation, saying make fun of Gooners who only follow hot tub streamers and right-wingers, complete silence. Make fun of Gooners who only follow female VTubers and right-wingers, intense molding. So again, obviously she's trying to make the comparison of IRL streamers and VTubers, VTuber fans, right? And saying that the IRL streamers would never do this, and that the VTuber fans are intensely molding because, they made fun of Gooners, right? And I don't think it is just that. I think it is more so the generalization that obviously Denims has been doing over, on her channel. And I think that it's terrible that, she's included many of these people who have not had anything to do with a lot of the content. Like, sure, like if you want to go after Kyosho or something like that, because obviously they make more political kind of content, then sure, right? But obviously don't go after Iron Mouse, don't go after all of these other people who have nothing to do with your kind of, politics and things, which I think is pretty interesting. For example, Nyara has actually responded to this too, and it's really bad whenever Nyara backs you up on a tweet saying you attacked the Roshi, so you got a white knight. So the same way the Rick and Morty fans storming McDonald's for Szechuan sauce ruined Rick and Morty. The asocial neat freaks in the VTuber community are actively trying their hardest to ruin VTubers. The only VTubers that are attacked are the two right-wingers, which obviously were not true at all. And I think it is pretty insane. They said I literally have people stalking my page, constantly posting tweets to rile up people and harass me because I called out the right-wing VTuber. These freaks literally have nothing to have nothing else except their Oshi, and think they need to protect them at all costs. They said I love you and I'll fight you. I'll fight the haters for you. So yeah, obviously a little team up there from them. But essentially, what has happened since then? Because obviously she kind of dug into some of the VTubing community and some of the fans, right, in that message. Well, they did not like that because, she's now on protected posts. So all that kind of doubling down, acting all tough, ended up with them privating their alt account, which I think is quite funny. And obviously, deep down, I think she knows that she's been wrong in this situation. And, obviously... it's protected now. Now, I don't know what the reason for this specifically was. Maybe some incident happened from it, or maybe this isn't even, kind of related to the VTuber stuff. But I think, obviously, the posts put out and everything like that has been very, very closely, there's a correlation there. I feel like I think there was some kind of, something coming from this situation to make this happen. And obviously, this was Yeet talking about this as well. And a lot of people have been talking about this in general, but again, obviously I do think it is kind of crazy how she was trying to act extremely tough and stuff over this kind of stuff and doubling down and going after all the VTuber fans because all of them have good, they all have Gooner kind of what do you call it, like streamers that they watch and stuff like that. It's like, okay, right, but at the same time, obviously, like Denims has an OnlyFans herself. I think it is extremely ironic that she's making fun of Gooners when the entire audience that she she bases her content around, right? Well, obviously not the political content, but the other content, right, is to Gooners, right? She's kind of alienating her own audience. Like, literally, if you go onto Denim's main account here, which is tagged in her private one or her other one, you can literally see her ass on the fucking on the homepage, right? Like, I don't really know what to tell you. Whenever you're making fun of people for Gooners and stuff, when she's literally there, you know, showing off her body on her Twitter as well. So again, that's why a lot of people have been unhappy with a lot of these kind of statements and kind of things she's been saying about this, and making fun of people for following Gooner VTubers, which obviously they aren't even Gooner in the first place, right? When she is posting content like that, actively catering to them at the same time. And yeah, I'm hoping that obviously the OF sales have gone down a little bit in terms of you know, analytics and stuff after that, because again, it probably would show, you know, how much trouble she has been in with a lot of that kind of audience, you know. Because again, I don't know what the analytics are looking like right now, but I'm sure after a lot of these comments, there must have been a couple of members that have left after that. Because again, she's literally just like making fun of them there, which I think is pretty crazy. But I think also the very important part is as well that she kind of like specifically makes fun of VTubers in specific, due to the fact of I think that she's obviously like feels threatened by a lot of these 2D avatars and things, because you know, as Shondo says, you know, 2D avatars are eternal, right? And, you know, they will never get old, whereas obviously Denims will get old. And I think potentially she feels kind of threatened by the fact that, you know, they will outlast her in her career and are potentially doing even better than her. And that is potentially why she's feeling threatened by this and is purposely picking out the VTubers in this entire following list, including, obviously, she looks at people like Asian Bunny X, right, who isn't a VTuber, who does IRL kind of content like that, right? And she says, like, it's like based and like real recognize it's real, right? That's what she says in response to that. But then she goes over to the other VTuber ones and she goes, "Oh, they're so Gooner Nazi bait. I hate them." Like what? Like, bro, what is the kind of logic behind that? But again, you can kind of see exactly why she's doing it. It's because she feels threatened by the 2D anime women, which is okay. You know, they can be scary sometimes, but it's fine. Obviously, yeah, there's been many VTubers and people speaking up about this, including Lena Lazar, saying, "OMG, I made it, Ma," which is pretty funny. You know, obviously Legal Mindset as well, saying Denims is not only going to lose her lawsuit in epic fashion, but just kick the literal hornet's nest by attacking VTubers as a whole. And yeah, I mean, this well, not this one, but this is the kind of product of that, you know. These posts were unprotected. So again, obviously it didn't work out that well for her, but I do think that is quite funny. And obviously Banana Juju as well, saying stuff like, "Where's the logic in an OFO calling VTuber Nazi Gunabait? What is wrong with her?" Which, yeah, I think is, yeah, very interesting. And as well, we got people like Madam Savvy here saying, yeah, it is very funny how Denims does a little jealousy slip here, very threatened by VTubers, as she doesn't point out the ultimate goon follow, Amaranth. Notice it's only gooning derogatory whenever it's for anime, but Denims, who posts her own sloppy, low-effort body online, doesn't call out the people following her for her embarrassing simp bait, which, yeah, you know, she's going after all of these people for following these Gooner VTubers, right? But she's, like, literally posting that kind of content herself and appealing to that audience herself as well, saying the woman being sued and who is a giant lolcow can't even get her help from her rich bestie Hassan, real friend, that one, who wants to give life advice about gooning while pandering to gooners. Already feeling your prime leaving you? Mad, the anime woman will stay you for forever, never sag, never stretch, always flawless in their physics. They never have to worry about getting fat or looking bad, because they are just cute fictional creatures voiced by pleasant sounding people. No bad angles, just good vibes. The audience would never watch Denims anyway. The little fleshbag isn't a threat to them the way Denims feels threatened by VTubers, and I find that hilarious. So yeah, obviously a lot of people have been kind of, you know, clouding on it, been disgusting this one. Can't even give a proper face, looks like a Dachshund with downs, which I think is quite funny. As I suppose I would feel threatened by cute anime waifus if I was trying to fund a lawsuit on, I'd say fan service, but the only service I need is a medical service to my eyes after that one, which obviously, yeah, people have not been happy with these posts, which I think is incredibly funny. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys that update, because it seems like this account has now been put on protected or privated or whatever you want to call it, right? After obviously doubling down on the situation. And I'm guessing it is due to a lot of the messages that she's been getting over the posts that she has made. And well, it seems like the backlash has obviously finally hit her and is hitting her hard. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So, see ya.